Note down my Telegram ID, guys. It's Shamanth Gowda 19. How do you say? Write it down in Telugu. What? Rindi. Rindi. Everybody are comfortable in English? Okay, good. Okay, just for build up and all, CSAT. Have you heard this iconic dialogue from the movie Avengers? Have you seen Avengers? Avengers, okay, Endgame. There he says the Thor, okay, sorry, Thanos, he says, I am inevitable. Similarly, the CSAT is inevitable for you guys. Though it's a qualifying in nature, it's inevitable. It's almost 2:30, right? So 2:30 to 4:30. 23rd of May 2027. What you are planning to do? What you are planning to do? At the same time, madam, you will be dealing with, CSAT. Where have you heard this term CSAT? Where it comes from? How many of you are writing for the first time on that particular date? You will be the freshers, most of you. How many of you are repeaters? Okay, good. Yeah. Where did you heard this term CSAT? UPSC website? Yeah, man. UPSC website, some book, somebody said, or I just put it on the board. You might have got it somewhere from, right? What is your source? You need AC. What do you mean by CSAT? Okay. See, my session I expect to be interactive. Okay, do not agree with everything what I say. Okay, and do not disagree also. Okay, majority is not always right or wrong, isn't it? Either wrong also. So yeah, question. Yeah, guys, what is CSAT?
What are the aptitude and attitude needs UPSC as a public servant?
Very good. Yeah. Good. What is the expansion of this term, CSAT? Civil Services Aptitude Test. Is that so? Civil Service Aptitude Test. Where have you heard this expansion of CSAT, madam? What's the source of your observation here of CSAT? Is Civil Services Aptitude Test. Okay, man. Good morning, good afternoon, put it before the class itself. Okay. You guys are comfortable in Hindi also? Hindi, because see, Nizam ka Hindi to thoda bahut aate hai na idhar tak. Yeah, what is the expansion of CSAT? I'm very poor in Telugu. You teach me Telugu, okay? Civil Services Aptitude Test. What is the source of your information, ma'am? Kahan se pada? Yeah? Syllabus, have you seen the syllabus? Really, have you seen the syllabus? No. Okay, because the same day, 9:30 to 11:30 AM, you will be dealing with one of the paper, which is called what? No, madam. It's called, this is called, this is the prelims paper 1 and this is prelims paper 2. Nowhere it's mentioned as general studies, nowhere it's mentioned as anything. If it is general studies paper 1, this has to be general studies paper 2, consider as paper 2. Okay, nowhere in the UPSC website it's mentioned as CSAT, madam. Okay, in 2011 when it was introduced, one of the author named his book CSAT. That was a very popular book by that time. Okay, everybody used to take that book. Okay, everybody used to follow that book. Hence, everybody coined that term. Okay, pick that term of CSAT. So, Civil Services Aptitude Test is just a market term. It's called GS paper 2, general studies only. Okay, in the paper 2 also. Okay, so general studies paper 1 extensively, Pradeep has explained everything, right? Interacted, isn't it or not? Okay, when it comes to the paper 2, yes sir, no need to ask, you can come in, okay, you can go out. See, I sometimes look serious, right? I'm not a serious one, okay, I'm reasonable guy. Okay, so be interactive. Okay, sir, basically I don't consider myself as a teacher. I'm a trainer basically. Okay, teacher, see, to accept as a teacher, you must have some good qualities and all, no? Okay, you'll keep them that side. Okay, I don't have that much of good qualities and all. I'm also like a same normal guy. So you will be, take me reasonably. Yeah, guys. Yeah, he's like a Thor. I'm inevitable. Though you qualify paper 1. Okay, morning session, I saw that in one of the PPT, Pradeep was showing that 75.64 something in 2023. See, that was one of the least, one of the lowest. Okay, historically we have seen one of the lowest. When we used to write, then the score used to be 100 plus only, most of the time, 100 plus. Okay, and in the CSAT, when it was not qualifying, the marks was counted. Okay, I have scored 180 plus also out of 200. Okay, but not the case today. Today, for the same paper, I can't score that many marks. What is the reason behind 75 something odd marks in 2023? Of course, difficulty of the GS, difficulty. On what basis you say the paper is difficult, madam? Yeah, based on the pattern. We have a fixed pattern in our mind, right? Based on that pattern, we are preparing. But UPSC is breaking all that pattern from the past 3 years. No pattern is being followed. Okay, that is before 2017, 18 and all. That was a pattern there. This many questions has to become from this section. No pattern, sir, nowadays. Okay, more than that, break of pattern in GS because of the difficulty in the increase. Okay, increase in the difficulty of CSAT made that 75 something. Okay, and one of the category, ST category, if I remember correctly, that was only 48 cutoff. 48 was the all India cutoff out of 200 marks. Can you believe that? That is one of the main reason was difficulty in the CSAT paper. Okay, difficulty in the CSAT paper because okay, how to go back to this one? This one? Okay. Yeah. See, if you score 64.5, are you okay? Just the AI generated images, those kids, they have done. Okay, now Gen Z requires all those things. Because if I write it in a chalk or the board, though my content is very good, the presentation will be very poor, right? You like all those things. Okay, yeah, 64.5. Okay, she's crying. Why? Yeah, come in, madam. She's crying. Why, madam? Because of happiness? Huh? आंसू का आंसू वो क्या खुशी का आंसू है नहीं ना so she got failed, isn't it, sir? Failed by how many marks, sir? Failed by how many marks, sir? See, yeah, in your GS1, how many questions will be there in your paper? 100 questions. Yeah, how many marks, madam? Okay, so each question carries how many marks? 2 marks. Similarly, in GS2, which you call it as, let's say, CSAT only, in GS2, how many questions will be there? 80. I've seen students, the OMR will be same, isn't it? Morning and afternoon session, the OMR will be same. Okay, some of them, they have marked all 100 also. Okay, I've seen this one. 80 questions. And how many marks? 200 marks, obviously. So 8 questions carries how many marks? 20 marks. If 8 questions, 20 marks, 4 questions? Come on, proportionately. 4 questions, 10 marks. Right, madam? 2 questions? 5 marks. 1 question? 2.5. So each question carries how much? 2.5 marks. Okay, which of these weightage is more for per question? Per question, if I consider for GS and yeah, GS2, CSAT, which is more weightage? Okay, what do you call the balancing? Yeah, of course, CSAT, isn't it? Okay, this is totally race against the time here. Because if you don't know how to choose a question and how to not defend that question, the time will be the culprit there, isn't it? There is a concept, something called, there is nothing called time. Whatever you do is accuracy. Okay, it's efficiency, isn't it? Time is same for everyone, isn't it, madam? If my watch is showing 2:30, your watch has to be showing 2:30. Okay, for the next 5 minutes, if I am giving a lecture, okay, you will be hearing the lecture for same thing, right? Isn't it or not? So there is nothing called time. Okay, it has to be relatively something. Okay, there is nothing called time. Same again. Okay, when you go to the concept of Avengers, okay, time, it speaks about anything's time. Okay, so how well you can use that particular time? Efficiency matters. I don't believe in time there in the exam. It's all about accuracy, okay, efficiency. Now, what are the major mistakes you do in CSAT so that you can't able to qualify? What is the qualifying marks? Okay, every question carries 2.5 marks, isn't it? Okay, one question, if it is 2.5 marks, two questions has to be 5, three questions has to be 7.5, four questions, madam. Come on, you can do this. Four questions, 10, isn't it or not? So it's a multiple of 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, isn't it? So in this manner, if I count, is it possible to get exactly 66.66? No, either it has to be 65 or else 67.5. Okay, she is getting how much here? Yeah, you know how many questions she was having? She needed to get qualified here? Only one question. That happens with thousands of students. Okay, that's a heartbreaking thing. Okay, though your score is okay 80, 90, even though some of them punter low, okay, they are scoring 100 even in the toughest paper also, but they are not qualifying the CSAT. If you don't qualify, see, you cannot ignore any part of this whole process. Okay, this is one of the highest level of competition because this is the topmost job your country can offer you. So toughness, it will be there. Toughness, it will be there if you don't practice enough. Toughness, every time it will be there if you are considering all 100 questions at a time. Okay, all 100 questions of prelims, all 80 questions of CSAT, if you consider each and every year, it's difficult only, isn't it? So should we have to do all 100 questions in the GS or else 80 questions in CSAT? No. It's about, there is a point called negative here. Why in prelims we have negative? What is the intention behind negative marking? Come on, interact, say something, make mistake, so that we can improvise, learn something. See, how to learn maths? By working on your mistakes. Meaning, you have to do mistake in the first place. Okay, so do mistake, do multiple mistakes, and know what are the observations you can make from those mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, he's asking, see, he is expecting you to be accurate. Okay, so if you are not accurate, there will be always a penalty, isn't it? Okay, because of the penalty, Argentina lost the World Cup itself. Isn't it or not? Yeah, that costs a lot, man. This is also like a World Cup for you, each and everyone. This is the highest level of gambling you are doing in your life. Isn't it? Have you played gambling anywhere? You are doing. We have done this one. Okay, this is a gambling. So, in gambling, you know what to do or else what not to do. You don't know. Have you ever played gambling? Never. Batch betting. Okay, earlier there was a lot of betting sites and some way might have done. Okay, see, yeah. For friendly also, you might have not. See, yeah. When you are gambling, you must know how to control your urge to not to gamble more. Every time you'll be having an urge to mark this answer. Okay, there is lot of those things. See, one question, if it is correct, you can mark the 3 other questions wrong and all. This probability UPSC has taken out long ago. Okay, this is not like a numerology. This is purely maths you have to do. Getting so accuracy maintained. If accuracy is not maintained, then you have to pay the penalty. That's what it is. Okay, and only 1/3 of the score you have to score. I'm being a very practical thing here. So whatever you do doesn't works. Whatever you did had worked in your academics, isn't it, sir? If I write, see, in how many of your engineering graduates? BTech, BE. Okay, if it is a 10 marker question, 10 marker, let's say problem is there. Okay, you know how the marks is assigned? 2 marks will be assigned for just writing the data. Isn't it given data? Right, madam? Data will be given where? In the question itself. Okay, and 2 marker will be assigned for writing the formula. Isn't it? Okay, if you write the formula, you'll get certain marks, isn't it, madam? Now, if you substitute this data in this formula, you'll get again how many marks? 2 marks. And what do you call this as? Substitution. Okay, whatever the calci part you do will be done by calculators only most of the time. Okay, for that also, the steps, if it is shown, 2 marker will be given. And afterwards, at the end, 2 marker will be given for something which is written in this decorated, whatever, circle, square, rectangle. Isn't it? Yeah, sometimes, see, let's say you made a mistake here. What are the probable marks you can get? Not necessarily 8, you might get 6 also, 7 also. Isn't it or not? Okay, this is how we have qualified here. But for which of these steps you will get marks in this exam? Nothing. Marks is only assigned for answer. Okay, and answer will be, where can you find the answer? Options. If I not give you the options, there is no answer. Question. Okay, always the answer will be lying in the question. So every question comes with answer. You have to decode it. Okay, how to decode? Understand. How to understand? Improve your comprehension. Okay, if you understand, that itself is your answer. Okay, everybody will express us in a different way, right, sir? So you have to learn the different dimensions of understanding the process, and also in different dimensions of solving a question. Then only you can deal. So the major mistakes, let's see. Okay, you tell me. Okay, forget about all those things. Okay, you tell me. See, down the line after 25 years also, ChatGPT failed to qualify prelims. You know that, right? ChatGPT couldn't able to qualify the CSAT. Okay, and also neither GS also. What is the reason? Human element is required. Okay, for this exam, without human element, you can't go completely digital, or else cannot depend on anything. Even though if I give you a open book exam for prelims, okay, can you able to qualify? Can you able to qualify? Open book exam, for that matter, any book, okay. Or else, if I give you the Calci, can you able to qualify CSAT? Anybody can qualify CSAT? No, it might be of some certain help if you know how to give you the input to the Calci. Calci doesn't give you the answers, madam. Okay, it just gives you the results of your inputs, right, sir? Okay, so human element must, and which is required down the line for even 25 years also. Okay, so whatever the question, if you put a GPT, whatever 2027's question will be, okay, asked, nowhere it's never been used in any part of the world before that. Same theoretically or a similar kind of questions may be asked, not the same question. Okay, so after that, okay, after developing anything, definitely you'll get the answer from one or the other way. So using any digital platform, it's nothing is assured in the prelims, especially prelims, and which, according to me, which is the most crucial stage of these three stages of the exam. See, what is the number of applications we can expect? Huh? First stage, prelims. What is the number of applications we can expect? Approximately tell me, you might have heard this one somewhere in the market. Huh? See, I don't expect you to answer accurately every time. Okay, you have to answer. Though it's wrong, you have to answer. You must know it's wrong at least. Okay, and you must know how to correct this one. At what stage you are making mistake. Yeah. Huh? 6 to 7 lakh. Okay, madam. 10 lakh. Agree. I 7 lakh. If there are 1,000 posts which are vacant, okay, how many will be taken for? Yeah, cheer up. Come on, guys. There is photography going on. Okay, don't make it laugh now. Okay, it will look very, yeah, dramatic. Now, prelims, 7 lakh students will be appeared, and in the mains, how many will be taken for mains? 1 is to 13, right? 1 is to 13, 1 is to 15. Means if 1,000 is the vacancy, then 15,000 or 13,000. Let's consider 15,000. Isn't it? Okay, afterwards, for the interview stage, do you call it as interview? Yeah, everything will be checked by this one. Okay, your knowledge level, everything is completely checked here. So, in this PT, what is PT? Personality test. What kind of questions you might expect there? What are the kind of questions you can expect in PT? Is that so? See, actually, what is happening is whatever you are seeing in your digital medium, digital platforms, okay, whatever social media platforms, okay, all of those buzz about interview. So most of the things is exaggerated there. Very simple, basic questions were there. Okay, where are you from, madam? Which part of Andhra or Telangana? Oh, Karnataka entry ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಯವರು? Yeah, isn't it? See, you come to Bangalore and you speak summary from Telugu, Telangana. Yeah, that's what. ನಿಮಗೂ ಬರಲ್ವಾ ತೆಲುಗು? Okay, we are in the same boat then. She also doesn't follow Telugu. Vijaypura? Okay. ನೀವೇನು ಕೃಷಿಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Agriculture you do? What do you means? I'm saying about your, yeah, the source of income, or else the job, business. Yeah, the kind of questions will be expected is from your basic business. Okay, if you are a surname, what is the meaning of that surname? Where it comes from? Okay, something. If you have in agriculture, okay, if you are in agriculture, he asks for, okay, how much average liters of water is required to sow. Okay, what is the sown? Yeah, of course, isn't it or not? Because what is the future's two major problems according to you? Two major problems which we have witnessed yesterday also in a large term. What happened with the Spain? Yeah, migration, food security and migration. Those are the two major problems of the future. Okay, added with anything you can take, climate change, river, water problem, anything, disputes, anything you add, migration. People are migrating. I am also migrated to Hyderabad, isn't it or not? One or the other way. Reasons are many. You also has been, she also has been migrating here. Okay, if she is having whatever the necessary services or the requirements in our home village only, why should you have to migrate to here? So this is happening. Okay, inter-boundary migrations are happening. Okay, because of food security also will be there. That's how. So point being is, these are the kind of questions will be asked. Everything, knowledge level you are passed already. Personality wise, okay, personality wise, how to improvise your personality? Two things. You must have a basic understanding about whatever the things which you are going in everyday life. Okay, just see around, everywhere it's knowledge. Okay, everywhere it's knowledge, isn't it, madam? Isn't it? You must have a keen observation of the details about it. Keen observation. Okay, isn't it or not? Yeah, that's what the requirement in the PT. How well you have observed carefully, how well you have understood your surroundings, wherever you are going from, whether you are traveling, whether you are reading a book, whether you are conversation, okay, with a child, with the elder one, anything is learning. Okay, have you heard Sherlock Holmes? Have you seen Sherlock Holmes? Okay, the way Sherlock Holmes look at the details, the way, okay, I'm just exaggerating, but to that matter, okay, you have to match there. That is the requirement here. That will help you a lot in the case of prelims. Okay, about that, let's consider, see, 7 lakh and 15,000. Out of 7 lakh, 15,000 students are going in. Okay, isn't it? I'll make this one as, rather than 7 lakh, I'll make this as 9 lakh. That's help. Okay, little bit helpful for calculation purpose. 9 lakh, how many zeros? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I take the ratio of this, 3 zeros, can I cancel? Okay, 90, is it divisible by 15? Yes, sir. How many times, sir? Come on, 15 tables, 15 ones are 15. Heli. Come on, that's what. See, from first to last, we will do, see, tables only. I want you to be very good in your factorization. Yeah. How much? How many times? Make mistake. 15 ones are 15. No, 15 ones are right. Yeah, 6 times. Followed by how many zeros here? Okay. Anyway, 3 zeros are being done. Okay, this is 6 times. So, for every, okay, I did some mistake here. Nothing. Okay. Now, isn't it, sir? So, for every, on an average basis, okay, 60 to 70 students will go to the mains. Okay, I'm saying about mains. Okay, if I consider only here 1,000, that will be how much here? 3 zeros. For every, yeah, that is the elite club. In the whole India, how many of you people you consider them as serious players? Huh? 30,000. There are only and only 7,000 students are there, which I consider them as serious. Okay, and the battle fight will be between them only every year. Okay, every year. And among them, only 1,000 will be selected every year. Okay, among those 7,000, 3,000 will go to the interview stage. Okay, only 1,000 will get selected. And the other will be trying for the next year. 4 to 5 chances they might be clearing. Every year, 7,000. Okay, your intention is to enter into that 7,000 club, that elite club. Then your chances are too high. Then we can say serious. Okay, mains, a number of mains, many of them they'll give every year. Point. So, point is the ratio of going from prelims to mains has been very less. Okay, so point here is, because of what are the mistakes which are being a hurdle for you guys to enter into mains itself. One of the main reason, Come on. The sentence itself says. Yeah, too much focus on general studies. I'm not saying you should not focus. Okay, among the prelims, okay, in the prelims, GS and CSAT, which is most difficult or more difficult? You have written 1 or 2 attempts, right? Okay, according to you, which is the difficult one? CSAT, why? No. Okay, GS is more difficult because of the vastness of the syllabus. Because of the vastness of the syllabus, madam. Okay, through practice, CSAT can be dealt. But GS, any number of practice, any amount of practice sometimes doesn't assure. Okay, you need a right guidance and also right time. But the CSAT, what happens is, okay, yeah, this is what it is. One of the major hurdle for disqualifying in the CSAT is what? Yeah. When do you start ideally for the CSAT practice? Chapopa, last time, at what time you started? 15 days to 20 days. Is it possible to comprehend everything? Though you are good, okay? Though you are good, though you are having a backup of your scores in 10th, 12th, okay? I have scored 99, 100 in the 10th, 12th stage. Okay, maybe in maths also. I've seen students who come from IIT have failed. I have seen students, they never have scored even 99, every time 100 in maths. Couldn't able to qualify CSAT. I've seen students from the maths optional background has disqualified themselves in CSAT. What might be the reason? What might be the reason, sir? See, he got 100 in the 10th stage or the 12th stage. Why? Because of his lot of effort, okay, in that particular time period. Isn't it? I cannot watch on the same performance. Okay, I have scored 100 there. Definitely, I can qualify this one. No. Okay, I have told you, nowhere, whatever the question which may be appearing 2027 paper, CSAT, before that, nowhere in the world it's been used. It's a framed question, freshly framed question there. To deal those kind of question, you must have strong basics. Okay, where do you have cultivate the strong basics? Where can we cultivate the strong basics? School, very good. School, that's it. NCRT. Okay, up to 7th or 8th. If you are too good, then everything can be pushed among. Okay, on its own, it can be pushed. That's where 7 to 8 standard NCRT maths, if you are capable of understanding, then your basics is good, guys. Okay, then anything. If you are trainable, if your basics is good, definitely I can train you to qualify 100%. Not even 99.9%, I'll make you qualify 100%. Okay, those sounds exaggerated. Okay, if you train under me, you'll get to know. But what is the prerequisite? What is the condition? Your basics has to be good. We can't start with the tables here. Okay, we can't start with an addition and subtraction. Okay, I might be doing all those things. When in the context, we'll be doing all those things. But we cannot depend only on the basic calculation during the class stage. So, after certain stage only, the training starts. Basics has to be good. If you start learning the basics at the end, okay, basics at the end, so either one of the paper you might compromise, isn't it? There will be fear of either one of the paper might compromise. Okay, you'll take the chance in which paper? Mostly CSAT. Okay, let me do there itself. Anyway, it's qualifying and all. Hence, do not push your competition till the end. You cannot win every time. So, whatever has to be done in the timely manner. See, my biggest philosophical belief is in the life, whatever has to be done is to be done in that time frame only. Okay, isn't it or not? While you are having a chance to be in a relationship, you can't marry. Don't marry. Okay, when you are marrying somebody, do not make relationship somebody. Okay, in the age of having a baby, you don't start. Isn't it or not? Okay, the whole cycle will be in a correct way. Okay, one or the other way. So if you are in a stage of already earning, okay, do not start studying. If you are studying, do not start earning. Yes, everything will be delayed. That's why whatever has to be done. Though, see, this exam has to, you have a lot of energy, enthusiasm, interest about serving the country, nation, and all not. After 4 to 5 years, nothing will be there. Okay, it's about desperately qualifying one or the other exam, Group A, Group B, UPSC, any other exams. Isn't it or not? Okay, especially with the females, what happens? Social pressures. Isn't it or not? Yeah, that's a dogma is happening there. Okay, that is where afterwards desperation starts. After desperation starts, what happens? First day itself, you'll go with the bag, okay, looting, come on, 2%, 3%. That's what happening, madam. Everybody, those who have qualified, are not working. They are incompetents, many of them. They don't want to work also. See, if you are an efficient worker, the secretariats will fight for you to have them. Okay, that is how the officers are. And some of the officers definitely, okay, they don't want to work itself. They'll every day they'll go with a C. They don't have an executive job only. Non-executive is anyway. Okay, non-executive is anyway free of gadi, petrol, everything. Okay, they'll wear a jubba, white and white. They'll do yoga. Okay, and all of a sudden they'll start with some hobbies like photography and all. Okay, not for you, man, for those people. Okay, anyway, you will speak little bit sparrow pigeon. Anyway, they'll take the photography and post it. Okay, roaming, going to temples, free of tickets. This is what you can. Okay, they are also IAS, IPS only. Yeah, many such posts are there. Everybody are not efficiently workers. Okay, yeah, if they are efficiently working, then the nation would have been somewhere else. Okay, yeah. Recently, I have seen one of the comparison between the European nations and the Indian mindset. Okay, Indians, we struggle to save money a lot. Our intention is to save, right? What do we earn? Income is equal to what and what? What does it mean? Income is equal to expenditure plus savings. Okay, isn't it or not? Everything is a philosophy. Okay, maths is a philosophy. Expenditure, okay, to spend now. And this is to spend for the future. Isn't it, sir? Okay, this is to spend now, this is to spend to the future. Okay, most of them, we compress our expenditure as of now so that we can save to our children. Okay, or the expenditure. What are the major 3 or 4 expenditures we focus on as a middle income group? Health, good. Then education, then housing, agree? Marriage, agree? Isn't it or not? Okay, you are laughing. See, but still, you spend it or not? Yeah. What else? These are the 3, 4. But when you go to the developed countries, okay, human index wherever there is high, okay, you can take Finland, Norway, anything. Yes, madam. In those areas, these are all free of cost. It will be public school, public health, okay, and marriages will be done on your own only, but expenditure will be very less. Okay, very few guests will be there, closed ones. Here we call everybody, those who don't know, okay, anyway, we'll be with the tight suits in the summer, 30-degree, 40-degree temperature, and we'll be saying, Uda madkondo, Uda madkondo. Okay, please have food, please have food. Isn't it? We used to say that. Yeah. That is how the situation's here. Okay, they are very relieved. Okay, their life expectancy is more. Everything is a public domain there. The government will be taken care of everything. Yes, sir. That is where. Okay, so the struggle is internal there. What is this gambling, blind gambling? Do we do gambling? Have you done the gambling previously? Though you are very sure that this answer is not right. You have marked 1 or 2 questions right in CSAT especially. Okay, isn't it or not? Yeah. Okay, should we have to do that? What we think is, whatever we do, okay, according to us, it's working there. We think like a Sherlock Holmes, oh, whatever we are doing, it's working. Okay, so I have seen students score negative. Okay, they have done all 80 questions and scored negative. Though it's laughing, but the story is true. See, be very, very cautious about the negative marking. Okay, see, forget about all these philosophical things. You know all these things. But I want you to focus on lack of conceptual clarity. What do you mean by conceptual clarity? What is science? What is science, madam? In your own way, you can define if there is any definition by anybody or else something. You want to say something about science. What is science? Okay, observations. Yes. Can you agree with her? Yeah, okay. Science is something which can be proved. Means proof. What kind of proof? How do you give a proof? I say this is fan. You have to agree with me. Or else you have to give me proof. Hello, light torsi fan anta heltini. Okay. Is it a light or a fan? How? I say it's a fan. Yeah, using the only and only means is maths. Okay, why do we use maths? To prove the science. Okay, science is something which can be proven, and the proof which you have given is maths. Okay, this is the theory. Theory is something which is already there. Okay, to prove we use maths. So we have to understand the science behind each and everything. Okay, I'm talking, I'm moving. Everything is a science. To prove at what, how many kilometers per hour. Okay, isn't it or not? How much I have staying? What is the time? What is the height, weight? Okay, light, luminosity. Okay, area. Everything, whatever you see around you is science only. To prove it, what do we require? Yeah, science is something concepts. Okay, you need the conceptual clarity. If he's asking a question, anybody, okay, if he's asking one question, there is a science behind it. Understood? You prove, you have to prove it. Unless you don't have a proof, you cannot go for a blind guess there. You have to prove it. In GS, what happens is everything will be given there. No need to prove anything. 4 options will be also given. You have to answer to the requirement of the question from the given answers only. But here, you cannot answer straight away. What do you have to do? You have to prove it basically. Okay, and you have to agree with that proof. Okay, then only you can end up with a right answer. Okay, so that's what conceptual clarity. Okay, concept is something like a science. Everything, whatever you see around you is science. You have to prove that. Why do we make, see, that's a one thing which is very general. Whoever from the past 3-4 years, after the exam, they tell that, sir, time was not enough, mainly in CSAT. And this time in GS also they were saying, okay, paper was lengthy. Why, madam? Paper was lengthy. What is the science behind that? Why the paper becomes lengthy? Huh? Time waste. Okay, why you waste the time? By doing what? Huh? Yeah. Why? Why do you stuck on at that point? Okay, then what else? Why do you waste time? Or else we can't manage time, or else our management of time is poor. Come on, address same thing. See, whatever you do the mistake or the right thing, a qualified student also will be doing the same. If you see a student who didn't qualify from the past 4 to 5 years, even a prelims, and this time topper, they'll be having the same book rack, same books, okay, same institutes, same teachers. What makes the difference? Efficiency. Okay, their efficiency. Okay, I can give you one book, same book to the topper also. The efficiency of usage of that particular book will be more for that person. It's not about the material sources. It's about the efficiency, how well you can comprehend with any of the sources. What I told? Comprehend. Since our comprehension is less, is very low, our comprehension skills are very low, meaning I can't able to understand in the first instance itself. I need multiple reading. Okay, at the place of one time, you are reading 2 to 3 times, 4 times. Isn't it or not? That's why, okay, time management is very low in the exam. Okay, I couldn't able to comprehend the question itself. If I don't understand the question, can I answer? No, because the answer lies in the question. If I don't understand the question itself, always, whatever you do afterwards, okay, you might get a fluke answer also, but always it doesn't work. Getting, sir? So, one of the main requirement for this particular exam is you have to have a diverse reading habit. Not only the subscribed books or the notes. Okay, apart from that also, you must have a diverse reading habit. Okay, other books also, other sources also you have to refer. Okay, see, rightly I have seen that Pradeep was saying afternoon, quality. Should we depend only on the Lakshmikant? No. Lakshmikant, you know how many editions he has bought? 8. This is the 9th, I guess, right? 9th edition, the new one. Why should, see, somebody has to write 9 editions, revised one, revised edition. Every time when after the exam, he's adding the details, new details. Okay, whatever which been asked in the previous one. Isn't it? Okay, see, any Tom, Dick and Harry can answer the questions once the exam is done. We also have done all those. Okay, isn't it? After the exam, there will be, anybody can do that. Once the exam is done, that also is okay. In a very composed manner, I can do all those things. But how to train you guys for the upcoming exams? That's a challenging one. Okay, that doesn't, only one book doesn't serve that purpose. Okay, though it might be Lakshmikant there for any book that matter. You must have a diverse reading habit. Okay, PM Bakshi, alla odbeku. Getting my point? Yeah, this is where time management. Time management will be reduced when your comprehension is weak. If you are understanding in the first instant itself, no need to explain. Okay, no need anybody to explain for you. The understanding itself is your answer. Getting, many of the students, they couldn't able to understand the philosophy behind the essay topics only. If I I've seen many scripts there. Any essay topic, whatever they don't know, they'll write all those things. Like in our academics, we used to do that. Okay, for Hindi, I was doing that. Okay, whatever they'll ask, okay, everything. They were not correcting, evaluating seriously also. I was qualified recently, 54 or 58 marks I got in 10th. Hindi munde bariyadu, Hindi. Okay. So, comprehension has to be improved. I'll show you. See, if you want, I can show you some of the questions of CSAT, which are very simple. Looks lengthy. Very, very simple. It becomes simple if you understand the things. Yeah, again and again. I'm ouching on only two things. One is conceptual clarity. One is comprehension ability. Okay. And also basics, of course. This also, okay, lack of comprehension ability in the reading comprehension. This time, how many reading comprehensions were asked? You know, the number of questions we used to be asked was 27 to 28. This time only 23 were asked. In that 23, 3 were, it's called interpersonality skills. Okay, that will be trained in your corporate exam. Means, for example, soft skills, you might have heard in generic name. Engineering, okay, in the later stages of your engineering, they'll teach soft skills like communication. How to communicate with a non-compliant employee, how to communicate with an arrogant employee, how a captain has to communicate with the players, or else vice versa, player with the captain. Not the only same way, there will be etiquettes. Okay, why a mail will be sent or else a circular will be sent. What is the intention of sending a circular? Saving time? Agree or not? Rather than saying individually, can I send a circular? Okay. Can I save? First thing what I did, time, right? Okay. Second one, resource. Can I? Yes. Isn't it or not? Mass messaging at a time. Yeah. These were the right options. Actually, this was one of the questions this time. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we can consider. See, this is an open domain. Anything you can prove it. But you have to answer from the given options only. Isn't it? I cannot answer from my information source. It's not an open-ended exam. It's a closed-ended, right? Okay. Yes or no will be given in the options itself. That's why. Every time when you are reading a comprehension, he'll be asking, which of the following, see, is a valid assumption from the above passage. Not from your information source, from the above passage. So, you have to answer from the context of the passage itself. That's the biggest philosophy there. Whatever, see, you might be knowing much better than that passage, but you have to understand from the passage only. Okay. So, answer lies where? In the passage. If I don't comprehend the given passage, what happens? I'll end up making mistake, or else I don't get accurately the answers. Okay. Even my grandfather can attend 1 or 2 questions rightly in one or the other way, flukely, if we keep on ticking. Isn't it? But in that process, okay, in that probability, I cannot qualify an exam, or else not every time. Because what I'm saying every time means, if you lose an attempt because of any of this, GS1 or GS2, okay, you have to wait for how many years? 1 year for again applying, madam, and writing prelims. For result, 1 more years. That's a 2 years. Okay. Thousands and thousands of students are losing these 2 years only and only because of CSAT, and also, and among them, thousands of students are narrowingly, meaning for one question. Okay. That one question, they did the mistake in the first 15 minutes or maybe last 15 minutes. What do you do in the first 15 minutes? Normally, in the exam, what do you do in the first 15 minutes? You'll panic. Okay. The brain will blank. We're not coping with this one. For that matter, see, if you watch cricket, okay, cricket, okay, first you have to what? Settle. Isn't it or not? You have to see the ball. Okay. See, by keep on seeing the ball will look, after once you settle, it look like a football. Means that much efficiency will be increased there. Okay. That much of ball you can see that closely. Isn't it? You have to settle down. Means first 15 minutes you have to go very slow. Last 15 minutes, what do you do normally in the exam? Last 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Last 15 minutes. Okay. My intention says do 10 questions. Okay. Life alle madila. Okay. In all our life, we haven't solved any 10 questions. Okay. In last 15 minutes. If I am trying for the first time in the exam itself, does it works? No. Okay. Who knows? You might have qualified already. Because of that last minute mistakes, you disqualified yourself. That is happening with thousands and thousands of students. Right? Understood? And what happens is, especially in the CSAT, okay, exam is in the month of May. Okay, what is normally temperature in Telangana or else in Hyderabad at that time? 40, around 40. Okay, do we get AC, this kind of composed room? No. And also because of that prelims, second attempt, third attempt, from the past 2 to 3 days, we don't have enough sleep. Okay, and also in that particular day, okay, we are not focusing much on the rest also, food also. And also there is already a burden of one of the paper. Isn't it, sir? Now in Superman, okay, have we Supermans? No, isn't it? With all this, I'm going to attempt one more paper. This will affect you a lot. So in the last 2 days, what to do? Sleep well, eat well, you can't do anything else. Okay, because whatever has to be done, already done. Whatever has to be happened, already has happened. You are just going and witnessing that, manifest it. This is what here. I'm saying about the very simple things. I'm not going into the preparation mode itself. Your mistakes will cost you 1 or 2 years there. Okay, that's why a topper, whoever it is, okay, he is reducing these mistakes. These are the unforced mistakes. If you see the tennis, there is forced and unforced, right? Have you seen? Do you follow tennis? Now, if I'm a player there, okay, if I do one forehand there, okay, a very good forehand, that's not his mistake. That's my strength of getting a point there, isn't it? There is no fault in his. That's an unforced one. Forced one means when I'm hitting a ball out of this one, okay, out of the boundary or else to the net, that is my forced error. So unforced error you cannot avoid. Forced errors you have to avoid. Getting? So if you are having a very calm mind in the prelims, definitely 5 questions efficiency can be 5 questions efficiency. Okay, 5 questions in prelims, okay, GS1 will be, meaning at the place of 5 mistakes, you can do all this 5 correct answer. Negative means anyway you will be having 6.6 something marks out of 2 marks. Okay, 1/3 means 0.66, isn't it or not? Okay, 5 times of 0.66 is approximately 3 marks. 3 marks for not doing the negative, and also the 5 questions, 10 marks. So totally how many marks you got? 13 marks. Okay, 13 marks you have, see, surpassed thousands of students. That 13 marks will decide whether you have to be in the list or else out of the list. And if you are doing comprehension good, reading comprehension correct, okay, reading comprehension, that is I'm saying about the paper 2 CSAT. If your accuracy in reading comprehension is good, then also I can assure you of 5 questions accuracy in GS1. In GS1, see, we'll overlook some of the details, we'll misunderstand, isn't it or not? That happens. Okay, we'll miss the page itself, question itself, everything will happen. Who's responsible for all these errors? Me. Why this is happening? Because of poor presence of mind at that point of time. Okay, you'll be doing the things in a very absent manner. That is why. Okay, these things has to be cultivated every time. Routine decides everything. Okay, every time. See, if you are struggling see here also, we are struggling, right, to sit here at what time? That depends on what? Go back to your days there. That depends on how well you have slept yesterday. Okay, how well you have taken rest today. Okay, isn't it or not? Okay, we are running here. I'm getting sleepy. Isn't it, madam? My body is not supporting to sit and here for the 2 to 3 hours of lecturing. That is because of my bad routine. Okay, though it looks very simple here, trivial at this point of time. Okay, this will make a lot of difference in your improvisation of efficiency in the exam. Okay, sir. So if you are doing all those things, then you are a trainable person and I can train you easily. I'm telling not even a 99.9%, 100% accurate. Okay, I'm giving you, definitely you'll qualify. Those who haven't qualified, definitely. Okay, yeah. What he says here? Yeah, engineering. See, normally we engineers, okay, I'm also an engineer. Basically, what do we do, madam? Even we fill the application in the last date itself. Okay, before the closure of last 15 minutes or 20 minutes, or else after extension with the fine. That's what we do, isn't it or not? Okay, that's a normal tendency. Engineering is not something learning. Engineering is a way of life, that's it. Okay, there is nothing to learn anything. Okay, you can learn in only one sem, whatever is required. 6 months is more than enough. That's what, okay, the same mindset. If I take in here, I'll be completely trapped. So do not have that, whatever it might be, your background, educational background. I've seen the students who come from the poorest background have qualified this exam. I have seen the students who come from, whatever you say, IIT, MITs, okay, from the premier institutes, they couldn't able to qualify here. What makes the difference, you know? Consistency. Okay, consistency is the key. It's not about doing one hour, 2 hour, one class, two class, 10th day, 20th day, 30th day. No. Okay, how many days? Ideally 500 days. Okay, 501 day, you will be on the result side. You have to maintain the consistency for 500 days. See, there is one thing, see, psychological cycle, 21 days for quitting smoking, for quitting alcohol. Okay, they'll tell no after Satyanarayana Puja and all, you have to leave meat for some 21 days and all. That's a psychological cycle there. It will break you. If you are maintaining that much, 500 days of cycle here, then definitely you have to be in a result. That's where you have to maintain. Isn't it or not, sir? Whether I'm making mistake or whether I'm making wrong. Everything is a process. The process has to teach you. There is no shortcut for this one. Okay, even though I am the topmost faculty or a tutor in any one of the subject, I cannot in a day completely put it to everything in your mind. The process will teach you. So consistency and process. Dhoni says no. Process is everything. Okay, if I am thinking about the 10th over, if I am thinking about the result, you won't get the result. What I have to do is how to face the next ball. Okay, if I am teaching here, if I put a question on the board, you cannot think on the result. What I will do after I become IPS? Okay, I'll beat him, Golibar. Okay, I'll do that, this. Forget about the result. Forget about the result. In this equation, you have to keep the results outside. You have to focus only on that particular moment. You are building a chain. Okay, if your chain link is strong every time, then on that exam day, the UPSC will snatch it. Okay, then you'll get to know the strength of your chain. Getting? So, build the links properly. Okay, yeah. We'll decode the syllabus properly. What UPSC has communicated with us, the only relationship between we and UPSC is the syllabus in between. That is the only thing he has communicated with us. That's it. Isn't it or not? A day notification comes and he gives you the syllabus of the upcoming exam. Syllabus is very, very narrow. He doesn't give you any explanation about the syllabus. He says reading comprehension is there. What kind of comprehension, from which topic? We don't know anything about that. He says quantitative aptitude. Okay, he says, see, it's a general studies what? Paper 2. Okay, generally what we call it as CSAT. Okay, it's a qualifying paper, 80 questions. You are familiar about all those things, right? This is the actual, only this much of syllabus is given. Comprehension, interpersonal skills, including communication. From the past 15 years, okay, from the introduction of CSAT, this was not been asked. Interpersonal skills. This time it was asked. So can we say there is a pattern? Will it be asked next year? No, but still we have to practice. Okay, that's what completion of the syllabus. Okay, without the completion of the syllabus, definitely you are vulnerable in the exam. Your link is weak. Okay, anything could happen. Logical reasoning and analytical ability. Okay, we thoroughly practice this one. Decision making and problem solving. Last time the decision making questions were asked in 2014. Okay, can you say the UPSC is following the syllabus? Can you blame UPSC? No. Whatever is asking the question, one or the other way, it's touching in one or the other part. Yeah. Okay, data interpretation, it's been long ago, it's been asked. Okay, 2020, 21, actual. Okay, a core data interpretation questions. But whatever he asks with the data, and he asks you to interpret and answer to the requirement of the question. So everything is a data interpretation according to him. So, see, basic numeracy. What is basic numeracy? Whatever the arithmetic you do, addition, subtraction with the numbers. Okay, that's what basic numeracy up to not even 10th level. He is asking the questions from the 3rd standard book also has seen. Very similar conceptual question. Okay, yeah, that's why. This is a general trend. We cannot depend on this any trend here, break up anything. But what we can see here is, okay, quantitative aptitude is being maintained somewhere around 35, 36, 37. And the RC was supposed to be around 27, 28, 29. Okay, there is no actual difference between the logical reasoning and also the quantitative aptitude, because a question which is from calendar, okay, question from calendar, if I have to categorize, it has to be under which category? Is it logical reasoning? Is it aptitude, quantitative aptitude, or else is it comprehension? It's a reasoning. Okay, isn't it or not? He says, see, if today is Monday, okay, assume if today is Monday, after 7 days, what day? Come on, that's any simple question. Basically, you have to understand the question, that's it. Your presence of mind has to be there. Samaya prajna irಬೇಕು ಈಗ. If today is Monday, after 7 days, you can count and tell. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, Sunday, Monday. Okay, after 14 days, Monday. After 21 days, isn't it? When I divide by all this numbers, see. Oh. See, 7, 14, 21, 28, or else if I say 700 also. What are these numbers? They are divisible by 7. Divisible by 7 means what is the remainder? 0. Isn't it? When the remainder is 0, you will fall on the same day. Isn't it, sir? If today is Monday, after 8 days, what day? Tuesday. How do you do this? Divide by 7 and you take the remainder. Since I am asking after, I should add this remainder to that particular day. What was the day? What was that particular day? Monday plus 1 is equal to what? Tuesday. So after 8 days, Tuesday. If I say before 8 days, so you take the remainder and what you have to do? Subtract. Okay. So before 8 days will be what day? See, if today is Monday, okay, leave the mobile, look here for few minutes. If today is Monday, after 8 days, means I have to divide this by 7, add the remainder. Okay, if I add plus 1 to the Monday, it becomes what? Tuesday. Similarly, okay, before 8 days, what day? If today is Monday, before 8 days, what day? Again, divide 8 by 7. Okay, you have to do the remainder minus, because I'm asking, yeah, if today is Monday, minus 1 day will be what day? Sunday. Agree? This is the theory. Okay, this is how we count the number of days after 700 days. Okay, 7,777 days and all. But he asked like this one: if today is Monday, after 10 power 10 days, what day? Again, 10 power 10. This also has to be divided by 7, and you have to find the remainder of this one. Okay, you know where do we do this? In the remainder theorem. And remainder theorem is a part of number system. And the number system is a major part of numerical ability, or else what you call quantitative aptitude. So this question, is it, do you call it as a reasoning or as a quant? It's a combination of both. So intra topics, that's what has been done in the GS1 also this time. Intra topics questions. Okay, definitely in the mains also, that's what we are expecting. Intra paper questions, inter paper questions combination. Okay, so you cannot see, I know calendar, sir, but I don't know the remainder theorem. That doesn't work in that way. So you have to complete the whole syllabus. Okay, and syllabus is extensive. That makes this exam difficult. Getting? Okay, yeah. So this is a general cutoff. Okay, general categorizing. In 2026, what happened? Look here, quantitative aptitude, data interpretation were almost 46% of the questions. Reading comprehension. Reading comprehension, how many questions were asked? 23. This is where it dropped. Normally, what was the expectation? 27 to 28, 29. Okay, but here 23 questions. What about the students who come from humanities background or else non-science background? Majority of them depend on which of these three sections? Why? They think that they can understand whatever they read. Yeah, because these things has to be proven. They have to find the result of it. They have to use the basic numeracy. Isn't it or not? Since their basic is poor over there, they rely on just reading part and answering. But that was also difficult and lengthy this time. And also there was interpersonal skills also. Isn't it? So can I rely completely on one section? No. You are already vulnerable. So with that vulnerability, I cannot go and approach a highest level of competitive exam. Can I? No. That's why syllabus is everything. Okay, syllabus is everything. I have focused on only some 5 to 6 keywords here. One is consistency, syllabus. Afterwards, your routine, isn't it? Your comprehension skills and your basics. That's it, madam. Okay, approach, topics, questions, solution. I'm here. Okay, if I do anything now, You won't be able to understand. It's a process in which, okay, in some 130 to 150 hours of class, I can teach you all those things, not even 1 hour. What I can do is, I can give you an overview, okay, a bird view of whatever you has to be done, okay, what should not be done. Okay, these are very simple things. This is natural things which you have to do in whichever the part of life you are in. Okay, whether you are in school, college, or else can't we maintain consistency? Should I have to maintain consistency? Yes. Okay. Should I have my strong basics, sir? Isn't it or not? Should I have to maintain my health and all? Yes. Isn't it or not? So this is the expectation here. Okay. Afterwards, we can see everything. Okay. Look here now. First and foremost thing, very, very important is, this has been categorized into, forget about the exam. Exam is just to show your result. That's it. Okay. Whatever has happened till here will reflect on the result. Forget about the result. Okay. If you are, see, what's your point in coming to the class? Focus here. Okay. You don't get sleep. Sometimes me also. Okay. It's a natural thing. Come on. Yeah. What I have to do is, see, how many of you are sleeping 8 hours a day? What are you guys not doing? 6, 7, 8 means 8. More than 8 is also good. Yeah, the body will make you sleep 8 hours if you don't sleep at a right time. It will make you sleep some or the other way. That's a science. Okay, you can't go against the science, right? Can I write my own science? No. Science is something which is there already. That's why, guys. Okay. Yeah, 8 hours of sleep. Whatever it might happen tomorrow, do not worry. Okay, even the previous day of exam, those who sleep for 8 hours, okay, like a child, definitely have a chance of qualifying. Because you have gone through everything, every details, every source, every class completed. But still, why don't you qualify? Because your brain doesn't functions to the effective one, highest level. Okay, it doesn't functions at that point of time. If I give you the same thing, see, after the exam, you show so many silly mistakes, this happened, that happened. Why happened? Because of your absent-minded there. Okay, so if I am crossing everything, why I have to disqualify in the exam? Even in the mock also you are doing well. Okay, you are putting pressure on yourself unnecessary, and no need to do unnecessary sacrifices here. Okay, after and before the exam also you have life. Okay, you had life, and after the exam also you have life, isn't it or not? Okay, do not make UPSC exam as your life. No, because, and see, as a maths teacher I am saying, because this one you have to expose yourself to other exams also. Other exams like your group A, group B. Okay, what is the only common thing in most of the exams you can see? In your constable exam also it will come, in your sub inspector exam, banking exam, SSC exam, RRB exams. Okay, whether it can be your CDS exams, AFCAT exams, SSC of course. Okay, SSC, CHL, CGL, okay, GD, anything, RBA exams. Okay, you name the exam. What is the one common syllabus you are having? Quant. Okay, if you are good in quant, you already have one central government job. Already have. Okay, because when you go to the RRB exams, or else when you go to the SSC and your banking exams, you don't get that much of general studies. There we call it as GA, general awareness. It's not general studies there. Okay, if you are very good in this one or the other way, you will get a job. Getting my point? Okay, whether it might be AB, IB also. Okay, here also in your mains also you have stats and all. In your group A, group B exams. Okay, in mains also you have. Earlier also we used to also have. Okay, it's been eliminated now. One thing, what is the most important thing? Basics. You must have a strong schooling. Very strong schooling, I expect you to. Okay, now afterwards, let's say your basics are good. Am I ready for the exam? Only with the basics can I go for an exam? No. What do you require? Syllabus. Where can you complete your syllabus? Coming to the class. Just coming and sitting and seeing the class? No. Okay. You have to put the paper. Okay. You have to put the paper, pen on the paper and make observations. Observations. Isn't it, madam? One most important book was supposed to be kept in your engineering days. One day book. What was that? The most important one. We rely only on the making of records, not the observation. If your observation is good, full marks for learning. Okay, that's why we are going to the lab to make observations. Okay, Gunduk now lab alli. What's your graduation? Lab ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Record Gunduk ಬರೀತೀರಾ? Okay. You have to go to labs at least. Okay, there is a lot to learn in the labs, isn't it or not? Whatever the theory you have learned, okay, you have to go and apply in the labs. You have to check the anomalies. You don't get every time results, right? How many? We'll take 3 readings, 5 readings. Why? Because whatever the theory is being written in the European nations might not work in tropical nations here. So many anomalies. You have to understand, learn the things there. Okay, that's what. Content you have to make. In the class, for the same one question, we'll make dimensions of solving the questions. Okay, can be asked in a multiple dimensions and also can be solved in the multiple dimensions also. That's what we are going to learn in the class. Okay, each and every topic, okay, each and every subject, concepts basically. Okay, concepts. So once you make a class notes, completed class notes, everything, each and everything is there to get qualified. Is this enough? You have a class notes, content, a strong content you are having. Is this enough to qualify an exam? Shall I directly go to the exam the next day itself? No. The next important stage is what? Revise more and more, because whatever the question is being asked here, done here, won't be reflected in the same manner, in the same order. Okay, neither in the polity, neither in the economy, history. See, Lakshmikant is claiming all these questions have come from, that's a 2020 and before. Maybe, okay, he has updated. Always he is updating his paper. 9 editions, why he wants 9 editions then? First edition was more than enough, right? He's keep on adding the details after each and every exams. Okay, revisions. Each and every, okay, concepts you must have a proper revision there. Okay, you have to learn things. See, you know writing, you know reading. Look here, man. Am I boring you? Look here. Okay. So revision stage is much important. Okay, in the revision stage, you will decode all those things. Okay, same question can be learned or asked in a many ways. Through the revision, you learn all those different dimensions. Okay, after just a revision, shall I enter into the exam? No. What has to be done? Yeah, you have to understand the format, isn't it? Okay, if I keep on playing the test match, okay, all of a sudden tomorrow I can't play the T20. I have to do what? Lot of mock exams, lot of, yeah, same format you have to play. Last year, PYQ solutions you have to do. After doing all this PYQ, you have to take what? Full length mocks. Put a timer and take full length mocks. At this stage, you will get to know whether you qualify or not. Okay, definitely you only will get to know. You will gain confidence. If I can't able to manage the time here, if I am not qualifying, if I am not getting a required marks, okay, should I have to go for an exam? No, this is not going forward. Rather than that, you have to go back to some stage here. Okay, you might have not done your PYQs properly. Okay, you might have done solutions from the last page. You have just copied the solution and you are thinking that, okay, my preparation is done. That's a normal thing, isn't it? Okay, I'm fooling myself there. And see, revision not done properly. That's why I'm not able to pick the questions properly. Here also, my content itself is poor. Whatever the questions which I'm seeing in the full length mock, okay, not been done anywhere. I haven't seen anywhere here. Means you are not made the content properly. And see, though I can understand the question, I cannot do anything about it because I don't have approach of solving also for any basic question. Okay, why? Your basic itself is poor. At this stage, you will understand where to approach again. Rather than going for an exam, okay, you have to go backwards, whichever the stage you are placing it. At this point also, you will be at a certain stage, isn't it? Identify your weak areas. Rather than moving forward, go backwards, again and again. Understood? Getting my point here? These are the simple terms here. Okay, sir? Yeah. Now, you know, simple, though it's a very simple 6 to 7 terms he has mentioned in the whole syllabus of CSAT. Okay. What we can decode from all those is, these are the areas. 7 core concepts are there in quantitative aptitude. You take any book, R.S. Agarwal, that's also a good book, okay. You take any book for that matter for quantitative aptitude. Any book, okay, throughout the world, any book. These are the only 7 concepts you are having. Only 7 concepts. You can see, you can split this into any number of concepts there. What are those concepts? First one, number system. Second case is time and work, time, speed and distance, percentage, ratio and proportion, average, mensuration. Okay, see, yesterday sub-inspector exam has been notified, right? In Telangana, Andhra. Okay, somewhere the mensuration is being mentioned as menstruation there. Yeah, that's a big meme. It's been happening there. Mensuration, it's a measurement of 2D and 3D, measuring of objects. That's where, okay, who will be responsible there? Yeah, that's what I told. Okay. Not everybody are capable of doing the work in efficient manner, madam. Come on. The number system. What do we learn in the number system? The question will be asked, which of the following integers? What do you mean by integers? Isn't it? Isn't it both negative, positive as well as zero? If I say natural numbers, 0, 1, isn't it? Every positive integers along with 0. Okay, what do you mean by whole numbers? Yeah, okay. All the positive integers including or excluding 0? Including, including or excluding 0, madam? Excluding. Did I say the reverse of this one? What do you mean integers here? Positive, negative as well as 0. Okay. The set of all positive integers, they are called what? Natural numbers. See, this is what we can find in the nature here. If you go outside, can you see 0 trees? Can you show me 0 tree? -2 tree? No, right? Okay, whatever I can see is +1, +2, +3, isn't it or not? Yeah. Did I told the otherwise here? Ulta heladna? Okay, might be. Including all these natural numbers and 0, it becomes what? Whole numbers. Now, the framing of the question, if he says integers, the possibilities will differ. If I say natural numbers, it will differ. If I say whole numbers, it will differ. If I say composite number, prime numbers, everything will differ. Isn't it or not? Okay. The answer depends on the keywords used in the question. That's where we learn what here? Classification, the names and their exceptions and their examples. Okay, and how to use them in a framing of question and solving. Next, place value. Okay, you know the place value, right? Units, tens, hundreds. Okay, many a time your reminders will depend on the place values only. If I divide 12 by 5, what is the reminder? What is the reminder? Whatever the unit digit itself is the reminder here, right? Okay, 17 by 5, what is the reminder? You can't say 7. If you have 7 as the reminder, will you stop dividing when you divide by 5? Okay, you are dividing a number by 5, madam. Okay, at the end you got a reminder as 7. Will you stop dividing? Okay, what they have taught you in the school? Again divide. Okay, 7 by 5, what is the reminder? 2. So what plays the role here? The place value of the numbers. Isn't it? Tens place, 100 place. Okay, he asks you 21 to the power of 21. What comes at the place of units place? What is at the units place? See, 1 power 1 is what? 1. Okay, 11 power 1 is what? 1. 11 square unit digit. I'm focusing only on the unit digit. 11 square is what? 121. Unit digit is 1. Okay, a unit digit of a number, if it is 1, if I multiply with another number whose unit digit is also 1, the result had to end with what? 1. There is a theory there. Okay, there is a science, repetition, isn't it or not? So any number whose unit digit is 1, if I raise the power to anything, their unit digit always has to be what? 1 only. Understood, madam? 21 to the power of 21, 31, anything you take. Okay, what is the unit digit of this number here? What is it? That's it. Okay, let's say I'm dividing this number by 10. What is the reminder? What is the reminder? A number which is ending with 1. When I divide by 10, what is the reminder, madam? The 1 itself. For example, 21 by 10, 31 by 10, 41 by 10. What is the reminder? 1. This is called cyclicity. Isn't it? Depends on what? Place value. Okay, that's why we learn the place value. What comes at the 100 place, 10s place. Then divisibility. Okay, divisibility. Is this number divisible by 9? How to find? Just sum of the digits. Sum of the digits you do. Okay, 8 plus 1, 8 plus 1, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. This is the sum of the digits. 9, 9, 18. Is this number divisible by 9? How to check? Again take 1 plus 8, 9. If the sum of the digit is 9, like this, or else what we call it as a digital sum. Digital sum, if it is 9, it always has to get divided by 9. Understood? Okay. Similarly, is this number divisible by 11? That's a 11 cube. How to check? Take the alternate digits like this. 1 plus 3, 3 plus 1, if they are same, or else their difference has to be 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. Or sometimes you will get 11 also. In both the cases, it has to get divided by 11. Understood? There are rules, okay, for many of these, prime numbers especially. That's what we are going to learn. Divisibility rule, factorization, okay, yeah. And also reminder theorem, as I told you, reminder theorem in the 10 part 10 divided by 7, reminder theorem, LCM, HCF, AP, GP. Yeah, what do you mean by AP? Give me an example of numericals for the arithmetic progression. Yes, sir. Even numbers. Be specific. Can I say any even number? 4, 6, 10, 18, so on, so on. Can I say these are AP? No. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so on. Okay. When the series of numbers are arranged in an ascending or descending order, in a simple terms, you have to arrange them in a what? Increasing or decreasing, ascending, decreasing, descending. The difference between each successive number, if it is same, this series of numbers can be called as arithmetic progression. Isn't it or not? Now, tell me the average of these numbers, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. How to find the average of the numbers? Average is equal to sum of all observations divided by, yeah, total number of observations. Number of observations. Isn't it? Okay. Yeah. What is the average of all these observations? 8. How? Whenever the series of numbers are in AP, the average always lies in the middle value. What is the middle value of 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? If there are 5, okay, observations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the middle one? Yeah, the third one from the left or the right. Agree? Now tell me. Now what is the average? Still it's in AP, right? What is the average here? It has to be the middle value. When you have 4 here observations, 1, 2, 3, 4, your average has to lie between these two, right? Okay. What is the average of 4, 6, 8 and 12? It has to be between 6 and 8. Isn't it or not? Okay. This theory can be asked in the average also. Okay. Yeah. This is how it is. So, these are 4 consecutive even numbers, starts from 4, he might ask you. So, the way he asks the questions can be intra-topic. Similarly, GP. Give me an example of GP. 2, 4, 8, 16 dash, next number. What is the next number? 32. How? They are doubling, right? The rate at which, look here, man. The rate at which they are changing is twice of the previous number. Agree? They are changing in what ratio? 1:2. This also should be in the ratio 1:2. This also is 1:2, 1:2. If I know that one value is 16, proportionately 2 values has to be 32. Isn't it or not? This is the way. Okay, sir. What's going on? Okay. Similarly, so there are intra topics, intra concepts through which he is framing the questions. Okay, this is about number system. Want to copy? Don't worry, I can share these things with you. See, time and work, time, speed and distance, they are the same concept. Okay, what is the relation between time, speed and distance, madam? What? Distance by time, isn't it? Okay, now let's say you have to travel 400 kilometers. You took 8 hours. What's your speed? What's your speed, sir? 50? 50 what? Okay. Now, the speed means, what is the definition of speed? Time. How much time taken? Whatever the distance traveled, 1 unit time is called what? Speed. Okay. This might be seconds. If this is in seconds, okay, this has to be in meters. meters. That's a SI unit. If it is seconds, you take meters. If it is hour, this becomes kilometers, kilometer per hour. So whatever the distance you travel in, okay, 1 hour here, which is nothing but 50 kilometers. Understood, sir? Now, let's say I'm giving you 400 units of work. Agree, sir? 400 units of work, right, madam? Now, you are doing 8 units of work per hour. In an hour, you are doing 8 units. And how much is the work given? 400. Okay. How many hours you will take to do this 400 units of work? How much? 50. 50 what? Hours. Okay. What is this one? This is the time, right? This is what? The work. This will be my speed of doing work, which is called efficiency. Okay. Now, can I write this efficiency is equal to work divided by time? Isn't it very similar to this one? Okay. Whatever the work we have called here, which is nothing but distance. Okay. You do some work here, kudai karo, do the work, or else you can travel with the bike. That's the same work only, right? And the time remains time only. The speed here is called as what? Efficiency. Time remains time only means, that's what I said. Okay, my 1 minute will be your 1 minute. You might be doing the work in that 1 minute. In that same 1 minute, I might be driving, okay, riding. Isn't it or not? The work is done. So they are one interlinked here conceptually. In the three-dimensional world, this is how it will be. Okay. So see, these are concepts of efficiency. Efficiency, if I alter, what happens? Percentage of efficiency, relation between efficiency and time. If I write like this, distance is equal to what and what? Yes, sir. Distance is equal to what and what? Speed into, yeah, this is the science, right? That's what we call it as concept. You have to understand this one. Now, how speed and distance are related? Meaning, if I go with a faster speed, in the same time, can I cover more distance? Faster go through. Okay. More speed, more distance. Lesser speed, less distance. So how they are related? Directly related. Isn't it or not? If I go with the double speed, the distance traveled will be doubled. If I go with the half speed, distance traveled will be half. Now tell me, how time and distance are related? Directly. Okay. Isn't it or not? Directly. Isn't it or not? Now, for 1 hour, if I am going 50 kilometer, for 2 hours, 100. If this is doubled, this also is doubled, right? So that also is directly proportional. Agree? Then, how speed and time are related? Inversely. Meaning, if I go with the faster speed, madam, I will take lesser time. Speed increases, time decreases. Speed increases, time decreases. Isn't it or not? Similarly, here also, if I increase the efficiency of doing the work, the time taken will be reduced. Agree, madam? This is the theory behind all these topics. Okay, or else names. Understood, sir? So you need to have the clarity about this one. That's it. Okay, the variations can be different. Okay, this time 4 questions were asked from time, speed, and distance. And also, see, differs here. Look here now. Relative speed. What do you mean by relative speed? Relative means what? The relation between two people. Very similarly here, relative speed is the speed between two bodies. Okay, if I am walking here, you can see my body is going from point A to point B, right? Isn't it or not? Why? Because your speed is what here? 0. So you can see me walking here at a 10 km per hour that side, 10 km per hour this side. If you are walking with me together, what is the relative speed between me and you? 0. Because you cannot see me going away from you, or else I cannot also see you go away from me. Isn't it or not? So relative speed is 0. What happens if two bodies are moving in opposite direction? Let's say they are going parallelly here. This is traveling at 40 km per hour. This is traveling at 30 kilometers per hour. Will they cross each other? Let's consider this is going parallelly here. Will they cross each other? Yes, obviously they cross each other, isn't it, madam? If two bodies are arriving towards each other, okay, opposite, will they cross each other? Yes. When they are crossing each other, what is the speed of these two? Yeah, okay. A person who's sitting inside this can see that this, okay, isn't it? You might have felt this one. Okay, you might have felt this one, isn't it? This bus has crossed this person at what speed? 70 kilometers per hour. Meaning they are crossing each other at 70 kilometers per hour. Let's say a car is moving at 30 kilometers per hour. Another car parallelly is coming at 40 kilometers per hour. This car can overtake this car at what speed? 10 kilometers per hour. Isn't it or not? So, a person who is sitting inside this can see that this car is surpassing them at 10 kilometers per hour. Slowly, slowly it will overtake, right? Meaning, what is happening with the speed here? What is happening with the speed here? Getting subtracted. When two bodies are moving in opposite direction, the speed gets added. When two bodies are moving in the same direction, speed gets subtracted. Agree? Okay. Now, if I apply the same here, in the case of boats and stream, stream always flows from up to down. This is the direction of flow of stream. Okay. Now, if a boat has to travel upwards here, upwards, okay, will it go at a faster speed or at a lesser speed? Faster, sure. Come on, make you see. Do not worry about any concept here, science buddy. Use the basic sense here. If can you climb easily upwards? No. When you are going upwards here, you will face resistance. Meaning, when two bodies are moving in opposite direction, speed is getting what here? Subtracted. Speed gets subtracted, isn't it? Let's say speed of boat is 40. Speed of river is 30. At what speed boat can travel upwards? At what speed? 10 kilometers per hour. What we saw here, two bodies moving opposite to each other, speed gets added. But here the speed is getting subtracted. Okay. So, though the theory is same, in different examples, it works in a different way. That's what we are going to do all those things. Okay. Circular motion question was also asked. Trains question was also asked this time. Okay. Yeah. Percentage. Why do you use percentage? Why do you use percentage? Come on. Why do you use percentage or where do you use percentage? Why? See, let's say you got a hike of salary, money. Okay, let's say something like 25,462.5. Okay, that's an odd number, right, to calculate, isn't it or not? So, what I consider is, rather than counting, see, census, if I am going, okay, earlier it was 110 crore something, okay, lakhs, so 100, so unit digit, everything. Okay, census, can it be in point also? If I say 110 crore, 35 lakh, 482.5 people were there earlier. Can it be 0.5%? No, okay then. Okay, now 140 crore something and all. Rather than going for these and bits and its, so what do we consider? Initial as 100%, compared to that 100%, now how much percentage? Means for every 100, how much has been traveled? For every 100 rupees investment, how much I am getting? For every 100 rupees of investment, cost price, for what price I am selling? For 100, okay, for initially 100% of population, today what percent of population? Initially 100% of my speed was there, okay, now what percent speed was increased, isn't it? Everywhere you can consider the original value as 100%, isn't it? Madam, schoolally, okay, in your school, if they have marked here like this, for 200 marks exam is conducted and you scored 80, okay, in your home, do you say 80% I got? What percent? Yeah, percent means you have to make this equal to what? 100. Proportionately, this will be equated to 40. Isn't it or not? For 50 marks, if you are scoring 35 marks, will you say 35%? No. What do you say? Yeah, for 100, it has to be what? 70. So, anything, okay, anything. Let's say, can I write this as 75% like this, 70% like this? Can I write this one 70 by 100 as 70%, madam? This one as 40%. What do you mean by X percent? That's it. What I'm comparing X with? 100. Any number when you compare it with 100, it's called percent. Understood? Y percent for that matter. Okay, anything, X, Y percent. That's what we are going to apply. So, see here also conversion of fractions. Can I write this 80 by 200 or 40 by 100 as See, 20 into how many times? 5. 20 into 2. So can I write this as 2 by 5? 2 by 5 as 40%. Okay, don't worry as of now. If you don't understand also, just watch. This 40% can also be written as 2 by 5. What is the meaning of 2/5? The total marks was 5, for which I scored 2. Simple thing. Okay, so fractions are important. Many a time he will ask you in fractions. Okay, conversion of fraction, percentage to fraction, fraction to percentage. The quantities, units, models. Okay, many things are there here. That's a varieties of questions. That's it. Application. The major application comes in where? Profit or loss. When do you make profit or loss? When do you make profit or loss? When you do the trade. Okay, the probability of maybe pass, okay, or fail, that is profit or loss, isn't it? When you make profit or loss, that's called trade. Let's say I have bought an article at 40 rupee, sold at 50 rupee. What is the traded quantity here? I have bought it at 40 rupees, sold it at 50. Traded. For what amount I am trading? Amount, money. CP means what? Cost, price. Price means what? Money. SP is selling price, money. I'm not asking percentage anywhere here. So my traded value is how much? 10 na. What do you mean by traded? What do you mean by trade? Buy plus what? Sell. See, you have to put your effort, investment while buying also. You have to keep the article in your shop and sell also. Both way you are putting an effort here. So you are putting here 40 rupees and you are getting 50 rupees. So what is the traded value? 90 rupees. Okay, 90 rupees here. See, in an equity market, if you are buying a share and selling a share, for both there will be a brokerage. You know that? Because for buying also is giving platform and selling also. Securities will be there. See, government itself takes the STT tax there. Understood? So 40 plus 50, the traded value is 90. In this trade, has he undergone profit or loss? Profit or loss? Simple thing. To be profit, okay, profit side, what has to be more in selling price? Okay. How do you say loss? Why do you say loss? When do you say loss? That's it. Defined loss means the selling price less. Selling price more other profit though. Okay. Selling price has to be less than the cost price. Isn't it or not? Okay. Simple things, isn't it? Now, let's say I have bought it at 40, I sold it at 50. Is it profit or loss? Profit. What percent? What percent, sir? What do you mean by percent? Yeah. How much is the profit here? 10. Okay. 10 rupees the profit on an investment of how much? 40. But I'm asking in percent. Percent. Percent means 100. Okay. By 100 or into 100. That's what fraction to percentage, percentage to fraction. Okay. If you multiply here by 100, you will get your percentage. Meaning the meaning of this calculation is for 40, if you are scoring 10 marks, for 100, how much? How to write this one? Cross multiplication. 100 into 10 by 40. And then I do. Isn't it or not? So 0, 0 cancels, madam. 4 into how many times? 2.5. 10 into 2.5 is 25. See, don't worry. We'll do all those basics and all. Okay. What I'm showing here is how to approach, how to read the data, how to understand the given data. Okay. Not everybody will be doing the trade in the same manner. Okay. Sometimes you'll undergo loss. Sometimes you'll undergo profit. Okay. But you have to identify what's happening in that given trade. Okay. Yeah. Selling is the most difficult job, you know. Trading is not so easy. Discounts. That's an attractive offer. SI, CI. What do you mean by SI, CI? These are the process of making money. Profit, loss. Okay. SI. When do we make profit, loss? When we trade. Either profit or loss. When do you make the interest? See, in making interest, I'm not doing any work there. I'm just investing my money and the time does the work for me. Isn't it or not? So, money has to be directly proportional to the time. Okay. So, PTR by 100 we do. Okay. We'll understand that. Not necessarily only PTR by 100. No. We'll understand why should we put that PTR by 100. Okay, sir. There is always a science in making money also. Yeah. So, installments. Ratio proportion, okay, fourth. How many were there basic concepts? 7. This is the fourth one. Okay, these are rule of ratio. What do you mean by ratio? What do you mean by percent? What do you mean by percent? Comparison, right? To what? 100. I have to compare it to 100. Anything when you compare it to 100. How to compare? You can compare in the form of A is to B or else A by B. Isn't it, madam? You can write 40 is to 100 or else 40 by 100, that's one and the same. When you compare it with 100, you can call it as percent, right? Okay, now, if I write 2 is to 5, is it percent? Can you call this as percent here? No. To be percent, this has to be 100, okay? Since it's not percent here, can I call this as a ratio? Yes. Ratio is what? Comparison. Not necessarily with 100, 100, 200, 10 or 20, anything you compare with. Okay, it's just a comparison. Now, this person is having 2 rupee. This person is having $5. Can I compare? Can I compare? No. You know, what has to be same, madam? If this is X, this also should be X. If this is Y, this also should be. If this is kilometer, this can be kg. Can it be? No. This also should be. Because can I add 10 kilometer with 10 kgs? No. Because the magnitude itself is same, right? Different, right? So, comparison of how many quantities can I compare? To compare at least how many required? 2. Can I compare 2 quantities or more of same magnitude? This magnitude can be types, varieties, okay, isn't it? Yeah. So, 2 or more quantities is called what? Ratio. Right, madam? Let's say A is having 2 rupee, B is having 4 rupee. Right? Can I say 1 is to 2 here? C is having 8 rupee, D is having 16 rupee. Can I write this as A by B is equal to C by D like this? If I write it like this, okay, this is the ratio of A and B, meaning A is compared to B. If I write like this, C is compared to D. Now, if I write like this ratio and this ratio are same. Okay, comparison of 2 or more quantities is called what? Ratio. Comparison of 2 or more ratios is called what? Proportion. Okay, meaning A, B and C, D are in proportion. Understood? So, this is going to be applied. So, directly proportional, inversely proportional, okay, and properties of proportion, partnership, how to divide. Okay, this time also very simple question was asked. Mixture, okay, allegation, 3 questions were asked from mixture and allegation only. Okay, that's why important. Next case. How to remove this? Yeah, average. Okay, we just saw the average in AP, arithmetic progression. That's what called what? Common difference. Okay, when you have common difference between the numbers, it's called AP. Okay, yeah, properties of average. Look here now. Tell me this. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. What is the average? 7 is the average. Right, sir. What if I add each value by 1? Will the average remain same? Increases, decreases? Increases by how much? If I add each and every value here by 1, so this becomes 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, isn't it? The difference still same. When the difference is same, the middle value itself means average also gets added by 1. If I subtract each value, average also gets subtracted by. If I multiply each value by 5, your average becomes how much? Into 5. Divide by 5, divide by 5. These are what called properties of average. Okay, this is how the questions will be framed. Question can be in the form of marks, age, height, weight. Okay, how to change the average here? I have to remove one person, the average changes. Can I include one person? Average changes. Can I replace one person? Average changes. These are the only 4 varieties which are there. Okay, that's what we are altering. Okay, somebody leaves the class, average changes. Somebody enters the class, okay, adds with them, average changes. One person is going out, at the place of him another person, average changes. Okay, you have to observe. 2 questions were there, very similar. Okay, without putting the pen on the paper also you could have answered this time using the properties of average. And similarly, weighted average, this is also called allegation. When we do the concepts here, we'll get to know what is allegation, how can be applied. Using allegation, easily 2 questions could have been done this time. Okay, allegation is a technique of solving questions. If you have familiarity, we write like this. Remember, anybody have familiarity? Okay. Concepts of speed, batting average, bowling average, isn't it or not? How to find batting average of a player? Batting average is equal to, yeah, number of runs scored divided by number of matches, innings. What is the difference between match and an inning? Yeah, good. There are though 300 matches played, he has got a chance to bat only in 280 times. Okay, so we cannot compare. See, take 300. That's not a fair comparison. We have to take only 280 innings in which he has got, yeah, chance to bat. Similarly, bowling average. Yeah, come on now. Huh? Number of wickets and what? Runs considered by wickets taken. Wickets taken. Let's say, for example, in a match, if somebody concedes 40 runs and takes 5 wickets, what is the average? 40 runs conceded. Okay, conceded means a batsman is hitting 40 runs overall and he has picked 5 wickets. What is the average? 8. What is the meaning of 8 average here? Yeah, he is conceding every 8 runs before picking 1 wicket. Understood? 8 runs per wicket. Similarly, 40 runs, 8 wickets taken. What is the average? 5 is the average, meaning after conceding every 5 runs, he is having a, yeah, probability of picking 1 wicket here. Which of these two is the best performance? Second one, meaning bowling average has to be lesser, it's better. Understood? Batting average has to be more to be better. Got it? Okay, you have to learn these theories. Okay, that's where questions will be asked. Okay. Yeah, mensuration. This is a measuring 2D and 3D. Okay, 2D and 3D. There is a 5 hours of class and definitely you will get the questions from the same those 5 hours. There is no other things to do, lot of experiment over there. Okay, so this is mensuration 2D and 3D. And lastly, what do you have? Okay, in 2023, this is the topic which made the cutoff to come as low as 75. Okay, what is the permutation and combination? Okay, why do we use it? This is just a what here? See, this is not said by me. When 2023 that difficult paper happened, many of the students who were having the last attempt, okay, they challenged that paper on the basis of what was the, see, up to what class the syllabus was mentioned in the syllabus? Up to 10th. But you will get permutation combination in the 11th in the NCERT. Based on that, they challenged. They went to the CAT and CAT asked for the directions. Okay, give me some explanation. UPSC. Okay, UPSC gave a crisp direction that these are general counting techniques. Okay, no need to apply permutation combinations. Yeah, of course, there is some 14 pages of reply you can see, and also says, okay, UPSC is a constitution body, since you don't have any jurisdiction to ask anything. Okay, that's it, finished. So UPSC for the first time, it has given a written clarification about whatever the fuzz which was happening for permutation combination. Okay, no breach of syllabus, because this is just what? Yeah, without doing any NCR, NPR also you can find the answer there. So that is what he defines about the CSAT. It's a general calculation, okay, which serves the purpose of each and every domain of the students. Okay, there is a lot of discussion that in the month of May it was happening. It was at the peak. The CSAT, it completely has to be eliminated. CSAT has to be very liberal. It is serving the purpose for only the, yeah, technical students and also the science students and all. But UPSC doesn't care for anybody's opinion. What it does, it does. And believe me, it doesn't get simple in the future. We have to get better. UPSC, whatever the coaching center industry is doing, They are already ahead of 1 or 2 years. Definitely that is. But we are trying to match them. Okay, we are trying to match them. Okay, as much as possible. That's what we are doing here, decoding everything. Okay, as much as possible. So there are actually some 8 to 10 varieties of questions are there in permutation, like card based, race based. Okay, counting of numbers, counting of letters, isn't it? Okay, thanksgiving, meaning handshaking and all. There are some 8 varieties of questions are there. Okay, similarly, in every question from the past 25 years, whatever I am seeing here, you are getting this similar kind of question, but a small change in the condition. Small change in the condition. Okay, so the question has to be understood. We have to work more and more on PYQs. This is one area you have to be very, very cautious. Okay, now how to improve my marks? Anyway, I'm getting certain marks. The biggest strategy for CSAT or else for prelims is picking of a right question. That's it. Okay, picking of a right question. And what basis? Okay, what are the basis for picking of a right question in the exam? Familiarity of that question. I must have practiced those kind of questions earlier. Okay, only and only pick those kind of questions. Okay, after picking question, I have to understand the question, comprehend the question. After comprehending the question, I need to know what has to be approached. Should I have to start from X? Should I have to take 100? Should I have to take the data given in the last or the first? Should I have to add, subtract, multiply? That is the approach. Okay, how many steps you think you will get the answer? One step. If you are stretching your steps, you are going somewhere else, stop. What to do? Come back and where is the answer, madam? Question. You read the question again and again. You are going somewhere else. Maximum 2 steps. Okay, if you are not getting in these 2, or else 3 steps if you are wanting to see, like you are in academics, if you are dragging the steps. Okay, at that point you should get an answer, or else you are missing some details in the question. Okay, so we'll go to that all strategy part in the last stages. Okay, last stage. Okay, when do you have to make strategy for a match? For a World Cup 2027, should I have to make strategy now itself? Now itself strategy. Strategy for a match has to be done day before, or else before the toss. Okay, during the exam time, or else while you are writing the full length mock, you make a strategy. Okay, every time you write a mock, come back, write all your 5 strong areas, 5 weak areas. Okay, work on the weak areas. Next, improvise your accuracy, not the marks. Marks doesn't make any sense, guys. Okay, counting of questions, how many has to be done, how much marks I have scored. Okay, writing in the exam, does it make any difference? If you keep on counting how much money you have in your home, does it make any difference? No. Okay, it is there what it is. That's it. So we have to be matured enough to make use of that time, and you have to maintain accuracy. Okay, that you can learn easily at your time. So process, believe in the process. Do not jump to the last stage. Okay, now I'm tired of talking. You ask me some questions. It's figuratively tired, that's it. Okay, we handle almost 8 to 9 hours of class. So this is our daily business. You have to ask some questions now. Okay, what are the things you identified after you cleared CSAT this time? Good. What about you, madam? Why, madam? His chair is good? No. Oh. It's okay then. Yeah. How much you scored? What's your score? 80. 80 is fairly decent. Okay, 80 if it is there. Okay, let's say I have scored 80. Now, without any practice, can I go to the next one? Let's say I scored a very well century this time. Next match also, can I go with the practice? No. Okay, rest, do some cardio. Okay, go practice. And afterwards, you will be ready. May happen. So, next time also, when he is going, he has to go with all these areas only. When he start here, okay, KPSC, yesterday we got KPSC notification. Okay, KS notification, KPSC, state service notification. Even our Pradeep sir is also having a chance to write. He's also having a age there. He can also write. So can he go straight away without any revision? Okay, even in his subject also he has to revise and okay, maybe not even his subject, but any other subject he has to revise only, right? Yeah, we cannot take chances. When you are getting one chance, do not take a chance there. That can cost you a year there. That's why. Okay, so he knows, he definitely, and he has having an approach. Once you know how to approach it, definitely in one or the other way you can deal in the exam, madam. Okay, that says, so you have to practice again and again. Though you know things, you will become slow in the exam if you don't practice. So practice is one thing which will make perfect. That's right. What are the mistakes you did?
Actually, before the attempt I cleared it, I got 79. So
In your mock?
no, sir,
Huh?
in 2025 paper. So I don't think.
So previously I am passed, so this time also I will pass. Okay. That doesn't happen. Okay. Every time, see, because of improvisation of their ranks, every time the toppers will be writing. Majority of them, they disqualify themselves in CSAT because CSAT is some area which you cannot go without practice. Okay. Though you are a topper, madam, CSAT is not the same. Okay. Every time in our batch, many of the toppers will join, okay, at the end stage. But sometimes it's too late, I believe. Okay, that's for the market demand anyway. We launch the courses at the end also, crash course and all. I don't believe in all those crash courses. You can't do anything in that. See, if I compress the time, everything will be, yeah, compromised there. Okay, what has to be done has to be done in that given time only. So at 122, 132, 30 or 140 hours, including RC. Okay, yeah. I want some questions to be asked. Element. How to increase the efficiency in the comprehension? Okay, see, comprehension is one area most of the students will pick, and when you are picking, very less number of students will leave a question after going through the question, because we think that, okay, reading is our daily routine anyway. Whatever we read, we can understand and answer also. No, every time when we are going through any of the newspaper, magazine, or else whatever the books you are, okay, you are not bound to answer the question at the end. But here there is a question to be answered from the requirement of the question. The requirements will be something like this. Okay, look here, I'll show you that also. Okay, these are the reasonings here. Okay, just make a note here. They don't have any relation between each other. They are just reasoning. Okay, clock, calendar, dice, coding, decoding. Okay, figural questions now not been asked. Blood relation, missing numbers, analogy, directions, Venn diagram, sitting arrangement, puzzles. Okay, many questions. 4 to 5 questions were asked. Huh? Can I skip this?
I was saying sitting arrangement questions will be asked.
Yeah, frequently. This time was also there, sitting arrangement. Okay. See, the approach for sitting arrangement, puzzles, and ranking and order, they are one and a similar way. Okay. You know what order, what ranking, machine input output, syllogism. Okay. Have you heard of syllogism? All cats are bats, some dogs are not mats. Those kind of questions. Logically, you have to deduce to the answer. Letter repeating series. Okay. Letter repeating series A, B, C, dash, 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 C, B, D. This year also has been asked. Okay. Forget about this. Comprehension when it comes to. Okay. The passage. See, majority of the questions will be requirement. See, there are 3 stages. Okay. After that stage only you can get an answer. One is you have to comprehend the passage. Okay, madam. Next, the requirement of the question and also options. Let's say I couldn't able to understand the passage itself. Some of the vocabulary I'm weak. Okay. So passage I couldn't able to understand. If I read the question and go through the option, is it possible to get an answer accurately every time? No, because always the answer lies in your passage here. Let's say I understood the passage. I couldn't able to understand the requirement of the question. Then also if you are going for an answer, okay, your probability will be less. One or the other way, somewhere here and there you might answer there. After understanding the question, if I don't understand the option, okay, just by elimination of the option every time can I answer? No, elimination is one of the resort, can be last resort. So the most important thing for all this is what? Understanding each and every stages here. Let's say I understood the passage here. The requirement will be like this. These are the major requirements to be asked. Okay, this assumption is been asked in 2021 or 22, 13 questions are from assumptions only. This time also many conclusions were asked. Conclusion and inference works in the same way. So after understanding the passage, you need to understand the requirement. Okay, the way he asks the options for inference is not the same as assumption. Can you give an example for any assumption? What is an assumption? Assuming is assumption. What do you mean by that? Elaborate. Assumption. Okay, if I say, let's say, your parents, okay, scold you, right? Normally they'll scold you. Why? Okay, one of the reasons. Or else some way, if I have to put it in this way, they'll scold you this one. Okay, read properly. Okay, study properly. You're not studying properly. Let's say, will they say these words after you qualify? After you become AR1, let's say. Okay, if they tell you, okay, study properly and okay, what do you do? You'll, okay, something. Okay. I don't know how to put it in English. Kannadadalli okay, isn't it or not? You know that feeling. Okay. So point is, why this? If you are the parent is saying these words, what is the intention there? The first intention is they are concerned about you. Okay, which is implicit in their words. Isn't it or not? Has he explained explicitly mentioned that they are concerned about you? No, that's an implicit one. And also, if you are studying properly, if your score is good, okay, do they say these words? No. Meaning, the implicit meaning of these words are what? Yeah, your performance is not up to the mark. Isn't it, sir? That's what called assumption. Okay, what you can assume from these words. If I say something like, okay, marriages are made in heaven, what can you assume from this word? All those who are married are happy. Okay, they are living happy. Is that assumption we can get? The assumption we can make from this, okay, speaker's words is the speaker believes that heaven exists. Isn't it or not? Now, something assumption is which can't be proven explicitly. Okay, something which is not proven explicitly. The speaker keeps in mind, and according to him, that has to work. According to him, that is true. Okay, that is an assumption. It's an idea. Okay, you give your friend an idea, right? Sometime. Why do you give an idea to your friend? According to you, it might work. According to you, it should work, right? Okay, if I ask you, okay, if you are giving me an idea, if I ask you, okay, can you prove that this idea works? No, it can't be proven. According to you, it has to work, right? That is assumption. And the speaker keeps all this in mind and saying these words. Okay, passage. In the passage, all these words he says, keeping certain ideas in mind. You have to read the mind of the speaker and answer to the requirement of the question. That's what assumption. Inference and the conclusion is something proven, but the assumption is can't be proven. This is indefinite. This is definite. Okay, what are the words which are going to use in case of indefinite? Maybe, could be, okay, probably, reasonably, few, once. Okay, yeah, isn't it or not? These are the keywords. Okay, we work on the keywords here, definitive, indefinitive. Okay, or else we can say directives there. Okay, and also very similarly, message, idea, crux, they works in a similar way. Corollary, implication, and imply. You know what is corollary? The corollary. Corollary is something which is a result, but natural result, natural outcome. See, if you are getting a result, okay, that is expected. You are doing the work for the result, right? That's not a natural outcome, we can say. What is the natural outcome? I'll give you an example of a natural outcome. There is the government, let's say, they have promised you tax cuts. They'll cut the tax, they'll reduce the tax. The corollary of which is there is a reduction in the public spending. There is a reduction in the public spending. Okay, I repeat again. The government has promised for tax cuts. The corollary of that is reduction in the public spendings. Okay, the government intention was not to reduce the public spending. Their action did what here? What was the action they did? They took, okay, reduction in the tax, and the natural outcome was, yeah, reduction in the public spending. The intention was not the direct one, the indirectly it happened. That's a natural outcome, it happened. Okay, this is called corollary. I can't say the result of it is. Okay, result is something intentionally we are doing. Okay, and the corollary is because of our action, the natural outcome, the natural effect, cause and an effect. Okay, that's what they'll be asking. Implication, imply, cause and effects. Okay, this is the crux idea of the passage, core theme, which is the most appropriate message given, idea given. Though there might be 2-3 messages, you have to go for the most appropriate, okay, the most important idea in the passage. Understood? So this kind of most to more, okay, crucial, critical. What is the difference between crucial, critical? Adjectives. Majority of the time he uses these. Crucial, critical, critical endangered species. We don't call it as a crucial endangered species. Critical. Critical care unit. Yeah, what is it? Important, and also has to be addressed immediately. Crucial is something, see, global warming is a crucial issue. We can't do anything about it immediately overnight. Isn't it or not? That's a crucial, though important, not immediate address has to be taken care of. Understood? That's what the difference. Okay, he uses so that his intention is to, a student has to keep these words in mind. Then only you can go for an accurate answer. Out of 10, I can assure you of 8 to 9 accuracy. Okay, 1, I'll show you how to leave also. It's not about making a wrong one. Okay, leaving is also a part of the game. Isn't it or not? That's why negative is good. Okay, so in the prelims, if you know how to leave, in the cricket, you know that they lift the bat, full lift the bat, isn't it? Yeah, that also you have to learn. Okay, when to leave. Okay, in swing, out swing. When do you leave the ball? In swing or out swing? In swing ball. It's coming inside. Should I have to lift the bat? Out swing. That's what. Okay, there is a lot of understanding there also, right? Okay, who's called the king of cricket? Kohli, come on. Sachin. Sachin, who is the most aggressive batsman you have seen? See, the aggression is not that which is shown explicitly. Okay, it's not about tearing the shirt there. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar was the most aggressive batsman who never shown his aggression on the field. Okay, that's what you have to be, very composed. Though there is aggression, okay, you have to keep for yourself only. Can't expose your aggression there. Okay, so be calm, composed. That's why I'm saying, do not expect the result. Your intention of coming to the class has to be, whatever the things which I don't know, I learn effectively, I'll make use of all the resources which is there here, maybe mentorship, maybe faculty, maybe evaluators, maybe the center head himself is sitting every time here, you go and talk to him, okay, through anything. The first thing I gave you is my contact right through the Telegram ID. Anytime you contact, you'll get the message back, okay? May not be immediately. That's what. Make the resources effectively, okay? Make the best of whatever you are getting there. So that has to be the intention for joining the class, okay? Result is a natural outcome. Whatever the things which we are doing properly, the result has to be there, okay? Maybe this year or else next year. Getting? So that's what. Sachin Tendulkar, the most aggressive batsman. Vivian Richards is the king of cricket. Yeah. Vivian Richards, have you seen Vivian Richards? Okay, see the aura behind. Isn't it or not? Then the bowlers were of almost 6.5, 7 feet. Okay, there were no limitation for the number of bouncers, and he was not wearing any helmet throughout his career. Okay, that you cannot imagine even in the modern cricket. Ravin Uthappa? Maybe, man, 1 or 2 matches. Okay, but I'm speaking about an era. The legends these are. Okay, you know who's called Prince? Prince of cricket? Brian Lara. Okay, King, Prince. Yeah, of course. Nobody can match his footwork. Lot of skills. Huh? Yeah, man. Okay, Matthew Hayden also was very good. Okay, so that's what. Okay, there is lot to understand, lot to observe carefully. Then you will be knowing the details. When you know the details, okay, maza aa jayega. That's what I say. Okay, in 3 Idiots he says, no, science ka maza luto. That's what you have to do in the class. Maths ka bhi maza luto. Okay, anything to ask? Please ask something. This one, I told you, no, 130 to 140 hours, maybe here and there, depends on, okay, 1 or 2, 3 classes. If there is a requirement for 2, 3 classes, that's not a big thing. We're anyway here only to do that.
500 days.
500 days of maintaining consistency. See, if you are ready, okay, who am I you to stop, man? If you are ready completely, okay, and preparedness and readiness, you have to decide after what? Taking off, I told you 5 stages. What is the first stage? Basics has to be good. Your NCRTs, whatever the basics, classroom, content has to be developed. You have to revise the content. You have to go for a topic-wise PYQs, topic-wise. Okay, if you are breaking polity PYQs. Afterwards, you have to give full-length mocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At that point of time, if you are confident enough to take the exam, who am I to stop you? Okay, who am I to say no to you? Isn't it or not? There, see, I don't play any role there. So at that point of time, you have to decide. If you are not writing also, the time of quitting is 23rd of May 2027 at 9 o'clock. Okay, that is the time you should decide whether to attempt or not to attempt. Before that, previous day also, you keep preparing. Huh?
Proper efforts is there. 250 days also enough.
Yeah, maybe enough, man. Maybe enough also. See, do not keep that timeline only. That is already a pressure on you. Okay, see, he might be doing the work in a 2 days. Okay, she might be doing in a 3 days. Everybody's skills are different. Everybody's speed of learning is different. Efficiency will be different, isn't it or not? If you are doing it in 250 a day, okay, why not then? You take the day. Do that. Apply anyway. Okay, till the last day you prepare and you decide on the final day. Okay, till then. Because see, if tomorrow is an exam, my efficiency of doing the work today is different, right? If I already decided that 2027 I'm not writing, then already I'm doing, okay, see whatever the work, yeah, relax, wastage of time. That's what, isn't it or not? See, at the end of the day, everybody are humans, guys. Okay, whatever we do, okay, men are men only. Okay, men means people, I'm saying. What else? Okay, anything to ask? Okay, shall we wind up this one? You enjoyed? Okay. So I hope, ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. KPSCಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಯು. Okay, you have 2 papers. Okay, that's a paper 1, paper 2. Paper 1 is completely GS. Paper 2, what we have is Karnataka related budget, survey, okay, economic survey, yes, of course, policy programs, everything. And also you have 40 questions of what you know, quant, reasoning and comprehension. 40 questions. There the paper 2 is not qualifying in nature. Okay, you will get 80 marks there. Let's say if the general merit cutoff is 200 marks, the women general merit cutoff will be based on the number of posts, I'll guess somewhere around 150, because you have 1/3 reservation also. Women's have 1/3 reservation in the cutoff stage also in the state service. So advantage, let's say 140, 150. Okay, comprehensive, see, this section for 40 questions, you did 30 questions. There itself you scored already 60 marks. Almost confirm. The remaining all subjects will be, can be. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? You ask me, ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ. Whatever from 2011, every prelims I have qualified there. ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, 11 ಇಂದ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. I can share with you. ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಿ, ಅದು ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್. You can share this. See, do not worry. Okay, now focus on KPSC. So that will be a jumping board for UPSC. Anyway, they have say November 15th. Okay. Those who are watching from outside of Hyderabad, Telangana also, if you are from Karnataka, guys, focus on KPSC. You also, guys. Okay, so do not leave the exam. Have 2 to 3 choices. And also make your math strong. You have multiple choices. Quantitative aptitude can be used for multiple exams. Anything else? Okay. Rain stopped? Yeah, it was raining, no? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll be meeting you again in next. Okay. Thank you. See, if you want anything to discuss, okay, I'll be available here only. You can ask. Okay. Some of you guys are shy enough to ask here. Huh? State, district, ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಒಂದೆರಡು ಚಾನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ದು ರಾಮನಗರ. ರಾಮನಗರ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?